Hey guys, welcome back to Tidbits and Tea. Got a sketch for you today. I kind of made my stomach fall out. So, trigger warning for this one. This one is one about abuse. So, the main characters, there's actually 5 main characters. There's this girl, this gentleman, and these 2 here. This gentleman and this gentleman could very well be the same man. I'd like to think that it is the same man in question because of the way his nose tilts. This is more what he's seeing here, possibly. But he is intervening here, so there could be 4 main characters. That is a very, very good possibility. What I see is either he is asking her what's going on and these guys are trying to block her from talking, or she is at the age that she has come to talk to him, to tell him the truth about something and what's going on. This gentleman is trying to wedge his way in between with his fear and ego here, getting his knee right between both of them, trying to get his 2 cents in here. Thought he had his arm going across, but now I see it down here and it's almost a little face on the arm because he's trying to block her from moving forward and taking action. He can't really go forward and take action. You can see down in his little appendix area here, you can see the separation between this gentleman and this gentleman. You can see how angry and irritated he is. This is also the psoas muscle. The psoas muscle can connotate worry, and it's on his masculine side, so he is worried about his actions here and what she is about to say. You notice she has not opened her mouth yet. Her alter ego or her inner child would really like her to speak because her mouth is wide open, ready to speak. If you look at the inner child, she's got one eye looking at her like, please say something. And is he going to pay attention? Is he going to listen to us? Please say something. And then her right side, her masculine side, is just petrified. She is in deep, deep fear to speak up. Here she's just portrayed as sad and depressed. And he may be asking her why she's so depressed and sad and what's wrong. Her throat chakra is closed. And it looks like this woman here on her throat, not wanting her to talk. There's some other mess right down here that I really couldn't pull out, and it could be one of these gentlemen. And again, I really feel like this is the same gentleman. This one's a little skinny though, and this one's a little larger, but that may just be portrayed because I have this girl's face came out on his chest. So the front, the interior side of the body, that refers to the conscious everyday issues facing someone. So she is the issue facing him right now, and facing him and facing her. She is hiding her anger and irritation. You look at her face, she's playing stupid and shocked and no way, there's no way, but she's at the same time kind of biting her lips, and her masculine side is angry and furious, and her feminine side is scared. You can see the fear in her eyes there. She's thinking. You can see the men in her head and the rabbit here in her head, and you can see this going on here. And then this gentleman below her, he's got what looks like a rabbit, but it kind of looks like her face on his mouth, and it's shut. So he is not talking about whatever's going on. He's keeping his mouth shut. He looks like he is a slight bit guilty, possibly. Like he almost feels bad. I don't see a lot of other emotion on him unless this is him. He has got the issue of her on his heart. So here's the other thing. This could be a completely different person than this guy right here. I really don't feel like it is, though. I kind of feel like they're the same one, just her perspective versus his perspective, possibly even. If this is your story, you're going to know if there's 2 men involved or 1 man involved. And if you go back to the very beginning and watch me draw, I think one face came out in the very beginning and then it disappeared into these two characters, the two main characters. And it was just these two talking, and this one came in and butted in and interrupted. So you can also see he's got his hand up here. I thought this was his hand, but it could be both their hands, but the way it's up, the pinky finger's up. So if it's him, it would be family. If it's him, it could be family. And the pinky also represents pretending. So he could be pretending that he doesn't understand what's wrong with her and why she's feeling this way. Movement forward in the arm, he can't move forward either. Both of them have that same spot. So again, this could be the exact same guy. And this girl could have she's just had enough. She can't handle anymore. Maybe she saw something that's allowing her to speak out. But her quality of life is starting to go down. She's starting to get depressed. She's also got issues right here around her psoas. She's worried about these men. The appendix could be bitterness, and she could be, if it's in the digestive system, then I would not be surprised if it's appendix or the ileocecal valve. The ileocecal valve will be blocking off good things because it's digestive system being able to process. You see the issue at hand is on her front side here, and it's also right over her digestive system here. She's having trouble processing all of this. She's got issues with the reproductive area there. Again, the reproductive system is her feminine power, fertility, and creativity. So she is definitely blocked as far as being able to move in her own power. When something like that happens, and so that's the thing. The question is, she's talking to her. Let's step back a minute. She's talking to him, and he's talking to her. Either she's confessing or he's asking what's wrong. That's the question. She is definitely thinking, if she speaks, this is what she's going to speak on. He does not want her to speak. And she may have already spoke, and I really think she has already spoken, and she's waiting for his reaction to see how it's going to go. And maybe he said, hey, I need to think about this. Let's take a time. You know, maybe she took off and went to school, and he's trying to wrap his head around this and find out the truth. You can see his thumb here with a little face all over it. He's very worried. That's her face, and it's on her knee, the fear and ego that she's got there. Inner thighs. Oh, let me get back to that. So they're talking. Sorry, I'm jumping around here. In the back of his head, you can see all the little characters. There's a huge bunny here. There's his shock. He looks like he's in absolute shock. And then there's another bunny here. And this is her speaking about what happened, and he's trying to grasp the fact that she would actually be an abuse victim, let alone by who it is that would have done it to her. I do think that this woman back here hiding is this woman here. And I think that the whole thing is shocking to him. I think it's overwhelming to him. He doesn't quite know how to deal with it or think about it or what to do or say. And he's angry, but then again, at the same time, he's trying to process. It's a lot to process. That's all on the back of his head. In his face, he's got really her face. So that's what he's talking to and about. That's what he's wearing. That's what he's considering. That's what's on him. The face is what we represent to the world. And right now, I don't think he really knows what to represent. But he's taking on what he sees, and he sees how sad she is. And that's what he's being presented with. He's got his mouth shut right now, his throat chakra. He's not speaking to anyone. He's contemplating and angry. I think he's getting angrier by the minute. I'm not sure who I'm empathing, if it's this gentleman or this girl. It's one or the two. If you are the girl, you are being heard. And I know you're not lying. And if you are this man, she is not lying to you. Numerous reasons for that. Her hands, you see her thumbs prominent, that's worry. but all her hands and her fingers are showing. They're calmly by her sides. They're not up in the air. They're not hidden. She has nothing to hide. There's nothing behind her back. She's not faking it. She has had abuse down here. That's coming up in the issues with the reproductive system. Right side, right thigh. Well, obviously she's got baggy clothes on too, so she's not the promiscuous looking teenager running around showing off her body. That's a second sign right there. Not everyone that wears baggy clothes is like that, but it fits the script, if that makes sense. Thighs. So thighs are anger at the parent, rage at the parent, usually the father. And she may be angry because he's not believing her immediately, if this is you, or you don't feel like you've been heard and believed. So there may be some anger there. It could also be anger at not being protected. Maybe he's a single dad and he needed the help. Maybe this is family. Maybe this is babysitters, uncles, aunts, grandparents. I'm not sure. Brother-in-law, sister-in-law. Could be neighbors even. But she has nothing to move forward to right now. She's too angry to move forward with anything. I guarantee she does not date. She's got she's been hit in the fear and ego on the knee. She's not feeling heard. She's not feeling like anything is okay. She's going through it. She's going through it, bottom line. I didn't really pull out the burdens on her shoulders, but everything is over her shoulder. It's kind of like it's coming out of her head. This is what she's thinking, but it's also coming off this right shoulder here. All this mess kind of just messes around here. So this is her burden to carry. The one thing I really get from this girl, and I've drawn a couple abuse situations in the past, and I've drawn some on this channel. And when I draw, you can watch the video. It just scribbles out. I don't really know what's coming. Like, I'm not 100% if this is the same guy or not. She's a tough cookie, this kid. This kid has been through it, and I'll go through her memory here in a second. But I'm impressed with this kid. No matter, and I'm sorry about the abuse, and I feel terrible for the abuse, but this is one tough cookie. The reason I say that is, as much as she's in her head and maybe has to have an alter ego to deal with this, she's not allowing it to make her crazy. If anything, she's sad, she's depressed, she's overwhelmed, but she's not going nuts. She's clear in the head. She knows what's right. She knows what's wrong. I don't think she did as a smaller child, but I do think she knows now. Maybe she saw something, maybe friends at school talk. You know, as you get older, people talk, you hear things. I do think she's massively depressed and very upset, and I do think she's taking the issues instead of being in her head about it, and they're showing up in her body. I guarantee she has muscle aches, pains, knee pains, hip pain, chest, probably digestive issues. I can't see that she has anorexia or bulimia from this picture. I do think, though, she is massively overwhelmed, and for the circumstances, she's dealing with it the best way she knows how to. The fact that she's talking to him is huge. It's a big deal. A lot of people don't, and they don't want her to talk. You can see that there. You can kind of see it over here too. So let's go down memory lane here. This woman is this woman here. This is her distorted view of how she sees her, a little wild in her left side, almost evil here. And then her right side is complacent, which would make sense if she's in cahoots with one or both of these men. She's looking at her here. You can kind of see her looking over at the girl, kind of crazy-eyed and weird. One thing I'm not 100% on, so the girl's face came out from here to here, and it was almost like a bunny. You can see the bunny ears here, and it's the girl, but she's right next to this woman. So this woman is either the caretaker, grandmother, sister-in-law, mother. I'm not sure what the relation is. This woman definitely has issues. You can see all the stuff going on in her head, the energy in her hair. She's just got a lot going on. Even in what she sees it in her head and in her hair. And it's this fuzzy memory of just chaos almost. As you move down, she sees herself as the bunny rabbit. She sees herself as the promiscuous sexual object who knows what they've told her. Not that she wants to be. You can see the sadness here, the non-willingness, the not wanting to be there. This gentleman here, I'm 100% as this guy here. If they're the same, then this is both of them. If they're not the same, then there's the two different men here. And you can see her transition to the bunny. You can see him here, and he's got this facetious grin on his face, like he knows exactly what he's doing. But then he's putting on this face to her like he's being very tender and gentle with her. And this is her when she's younger. You can see the young girl looking up. This is like the inner child looking up to the older child saying, help me. You can see her just begging for help. And he's going about his business. He's kind of almost in a zone, like he's not his own. He's kind of just dazed out, but secretly he knows exactly what he's doing. He planned it, plotted it. He's very malicious about it, even though he's acting like something else to her. You can see almost the demon here around his neck and into his heart. The eyes are coming down, and it's just angry and malicious, and don't know if he has a problem hating women or if it's something that he had issues when he grew up. Either way, in saying that, you kind of see him here, and this is almost like a dark horse here. That's the first time I've even seen that, but you can see the ear come back here, and you can see him out here. So he is the horse. He has been promiscuous, and he has been the predator to the rabbit. You can see that there it is. It's just like a dark horse coming out the side, and he's very cynical about it, facetious about it. And he's looking back up at himself as the girl is older. You see her down here as she's older. So he's looking back at the memory also. Or this gentleman is looking at this gentleman saying, oh, he did that to her, I can too. I really think this is the same guy. He just looks different the way he's standing from one position to the other. Again, I am not the best artist. These two will know if it's the same guy or a different one. I do feel it's the same guy because here's the girl, I'd say 7, 8 years old here. And then here, she looks like she's junior high, maybe 11, 12, 13. And you can see he's got both his hands around her neck. So it's not like, I mean, he easily overpowers her. But he's got that rabbit in his grips and is not letting it go. So maybe she was hanging out with him. And you see the anger has started here. She's old enough to look and be angry. So this is the inner child being angry at the girl and not being protected and angry at the father. And now the anger for the father has started because this has been going on. And this may not be the father. This could be an uncle or someone else that's helping her. Either way, the anger starts here in junior high. The anger, the grief, the processing of the emotions. She's stuck. She's trapped in it. There's nothing she can do. Yeah, she's got him in her hair. And maybe it's anger at the woman also, because the woman looks like she's allowed or instigated it, or it's been when she was with the woman. But either way, she's upset with the woman also. The woman knows, though. The woman as 100% knows what's been happening. She's upset and hiding her feelings and her emotions, and she's pleading the fifth in confusion. But she knows. There's no question that she knows. I am 100% on that. Anyway, this is her junior high here, looking back up. And then down here, you see the bunny, where the bunny is being held in a vice grip. And I truly, really think these are the same one. It really strikes me that he is the dark horse, and he moves from this sweet, face to truly just being malicious, and this is just how it's going to be. And as she gets older, she's probably bucking up more, and he's not having it. So that's my take on what has happened. I do think 100% she's telling the truth. I don't think there's any lie in this. It's very serious. I think he wants to get in the middle and make sure that he does not believe her. He's very worried about what she said. I think he is heartbroken. He's having a hard time processing all of this. Both of them, you can see right up in here, and then I think that might be either his lung or hitting the lymph system a little bit. Hers is definitely coming up in the lymph system area right under her arm in one of the ports on the right side. So the right side is the masculine, it's movement, it's the dominant side. So the lymph area, the lymph problems are a warning that the mind needs to be recentered on the essentials of love and joy. She is losing her love and joy. Again, that goes down into the appendix area, and the appendix can also be a loss of love and joy. That could also be, I know a lot of people wear pumps down here, could be a diabetic issue coming. I don't think that is her issue right now, and again, I could be very wrong. I can't diagnose anyone. Just looking in this area, and it could be worry that they're going to find out she's talked to him. The appendix is fear of life blocking the flow of good. So she may be, if she's that worried, this could be psoas, appendix, it could be numerous things. And even on her arms, she has nothing to move forward to right now. She's very upset. The fact that she's coming forward to say something, he needs to pay attention. And even if he doesn't want to believe her, he needs to make sure she's far away from these two here or the three. You can see him here. He's got his hand out like they're talking, like he can't believe it. He has nothing to hide. I don't think he's done anything. If anything, he's a father or a big brother or maybe even a teacher. But if you are this man here watching that's trying to figure out what's going on, and that's who I'm empathing, then you need to believe this girl. And if you are this girl and you are wanting to talk, or you already have, if he doesn't believe you, you need to talk to someone else. You need to keep talking until someone believes you, because I see you and I know you're not lying, and this is the reality of the issue. Again, this was a heartbreaking one to draw, and it kind of had me nauseated in my stomach and very sad. It's funny, I had my songs on different, what do you call that, random, and I have everything. I have so much music, but I would have a kid's song come on, and then I'd have something like Don't Come Around Here No More, and then I have another kid's song come on, and then I'd have heavy metal come on. It was very interesting. This was a very random that came on, but it all fit what I was drawing when I was drawing it. I kind of wish I could play my music for you while I'm drawing, but YouTube won't allow that. Either way, this girl needs help. She needs to be believed. And again, if you're this gentleman that's watching this, believe her, help her, get her out of the situation. And if these are her parents and you're a teacher, you need to help. It almost looks like on his right shoulder here in his collarbone area, it looks like a little face. It looks like her face almost with a hand over the mouth. It's interesting. You need to help her. If she's come to you, if she said something, and this could even be a counselor that doesn't know what to believe, you need to believe this girl. She is not lying. And if you're this girl and you're afraid to go talk to him, go talk. If you're not sure, send him a video. I hope that this works out. And again, I hope you have a wonderful evening. And I will see you guys on the next video. Also, my cats let me apologize for them. They were all over the video in the beginning. The male came and sat in the middle of the art, then he had to sit next to me the entire time. And I think that's this gentleman's loyalty. He's not going to walk away from the situation or from the girl. My girl cat came up. She had to sit right in the middle of it, like she's overwhelmed, doesn't want anyone to see. And that might have been this woman too that finally left, or it could be this girl wanting to be as close as possible and snuggle up and feel safe. And then my female cat finally got up because my drawing was in her way and went into her little safe house. So I'm not sure which character that the energy they were picking up, but I kind of feel like all this was happening at once. So hopefully this helps. And again, I apologize for my cats. The drawing's a little longer today because of it.